I quit my 9 to 5 6 months ago, and I can easily say that it was one of the best decisions I made so far in my life. And let me tell you this, it wasn't an easy decision at all, for sure. And my family didn't even want me to do this. And I can easily understand where they are coming from, by the way. Like, if you have any money landing in your bank account at the end of each month, this is pretty cool thing, right? But the reality is, when you are working for someone else, this means that you are trying to make someone else rich, not yourself. And you're basically working for someone else's dreams, not yours, again. And this was always something that was stuck in my mind, that I always wanted to create something of my own, that I have fully control over. A business that I am the owner of. And now I have this, by the way. And recently, I even started making more money than I used to in my 9 to 5. And this, of course, comes with a lot of responsibilities, by the way. Like, if you are expecting to work less hours than your 9 to 5, then you're probably wrong. Like, when you are the business owner, and this basically means that you will be working day and night, and every single day. But the reality is that I am actually now working for myself. And this doesn't even feel like I am working. This is something I enjoy doing. This is something I am passionate about. Like growing a business, creating something and putting it out there, marketing it, and basically every part of it. Of course, it's pretty stressful to go through these, and it takes a lot of time sometimes to learn how things work. But I think it was definitely worth it. And in this video, I just want to cover like when is the best time to actually make this decision and if you should do this or not. So first of all, the most important thing is how much responsibility you have in life. So for example, let's say you are fresh graduate from college and you are in your early 20s. Then this probably means that you don't have any much responsibility in life. And in this case, of course, the decision becomes much clearer because you can just take more risks in your life at this stage of your life. But if you have a family, a wife or children, for example, of course, then you should be thinking about them as well and have some savings in place and have some backup plans in place and all this stuff, because you shouldn't be just thinking about yourself, but also for the others that is dependent on you. The reality is, when you want to build a business, let me tell you what, like it is probably going to take much longer than you think to build that business and turn it into a profitable one. Because when you are at the beginning, you probably don't know what you don't know. And this is basically the reason why you will be seeing a lot of obstacles on the way. And I'm still going through this phase, by the way. I'm still learning a lot of new stuff that I didn't even know that I didn't know. It is always great to build this side business that you have in mind while you are working 9 to 5 as a side business. And for example, I think the best way to do is, like, for example, you could be waking up early in the morning and have some deep work sessions, for example, for 2 hours, for 3 hours, that you can fully focus on the project or a business that you want to create and actually go through this phase. And when it's time to quit, then it is much clearer what kind of a path you're going to go, right? Because you don't want to just quit and try things right after that. Like, this will be so hard because, as I said, you need to learn a lot of new stuff. So the earlier you start, the better. And it's all about taking calculated risks at the end. This is not something like you're just going to watch some guy on YouTube telling you to quit your 9 to 5 because he's making millions of dollars and all that stuff. Like, this is not something that is realistic because the real life is not like this. So you gotta be taking some calculated risks in life. Of course, you shouldn't be waiting for so long to take risks because this also means that you are going to waste a lot of your potential just by procrastinating your decisions. This is also not good. And the other thing is, like, I also learned a lot in my 9 to 5. It is not always the worst thing in life. Like, if you are working in a good role, in a good position, in a good company, then this also means that you can learn a lot from your 9 to 5 so that you can apply what you learn to your own business. This is also great. But of course, like in my case, for example, at the start of my 9 to 5, I learned a lot of new stuff. And I also had the chance to meet so many cool people. And I also had a lot of new experiences I never gone through in my life. But close to the end of my years there, I realized that I wasn't learning that much anymore. And it wasn't something a reasonable decision for me to move forward with this role. So that's pretty much it. Like, these are my thoughts, and I would love to hear your opinions as well, by the way. Like, what are you thinking on this? Because I know there are a lot of people who's going through this decision phase in their lives, and some succeed, some don't. But I think it's always great to take some risks, calculated risks, so that you won't regret in the future.